Welcome to Pomegranate Radio with your host, Jonathan Cook.
Cafe Society, the latest film from the legendary Woody Allen, is the worst kind of bad film. A film from a once great director who has not simply succumbed to mediocrity and self-indifference, but actively embraced them. Cafe Society is, to put it mildly, the worst Woody Allen film I've ever seen. A plotting, poorly cast ensemble dramedy seasoned with cyanide-laced nostalgia, Sunset Boulevard-esque Hollywood glamour, and an existential despair so laconic as to make the suicidal poetry of a mid-90s goth teenager seem exciting and significant by comparison. Jesse Eisenberg does his best impression of Jesse Eisenberg, acting in the role of Bobby Dorfman, a young man who moves out to LA with stars in his eyes, only to get bored with the city within the first 15 minutes of the film, and subsequently spends the remaining 81 minutes drifting from scene to scene and continuing to do his best Jesse Eisenberg impression. Look, I loved Eisenberg in The Social Network. He was perfectly cast as a social misfit who uses his computer savvy to gain the acceptance that he can't gain with his sparkling personality. But like Michael Cera or, dear God, Amber Heard, Eisenberg is a one-trick pony, and not a very interesting one at that. He lucked out once, good for him, now put a bullet in his career and let it die. Kristen Stewart at least had the wherewithal to look the part she was playing. In those warm, well-lit moments, she absolutely looked gorgeous, and she absolutely belonged in this film. Stewart's role as Vonnie is the only time in my life that I have ever been sexually attracted to a corpse. But she only looked the part. Once again, she demonstrated an unwillingness to do anything other than look mopey. Clearly, the woman has learned precious little in her time since Twilight. I'm expecting her lesbian sex tape to be released any time now, as that may be the only thing able to revive her ever-disappointing career. Steve Carell appears to be channeling late-career Bill Murray. Too bad he fails miserably. And though there is nothing wrong with being bored in this film, hell, even the audience is bored by this film, if you're leaving your wife for your mistress, try not delivering your lines in the same tone Roosevelt used when he said, "Oh, the Jews? Yeah, I guess we can help them out. Give me a cigar." Blake Lively? She was great. Too bad she's hardly in the film. Woody Allen plays, I don't know, God in the form of a narrator who just delivers exposition. Because reasons. As for everyone else, I have nothing to say. No one else made any kind of lasting impression. I think they may actually have given me narcolepsy. The script is fine, I guess. It's serviceable. It's good enough. Hashtag good enough, hashtag no lives matter. Of course, there are numerous tangents that do nothing for the film beyond padding the runtime. Of particular note is a rather strange scene in which Jesse Eisenberg, yes, Jesse Eisenberg playing Jesse Eisenberg, hires a hooker and then spends 5 minutes trying not to have sex with her. First, because it's her first gig and he doesn't want to hurt her, and second, because she is Jewish. I'm not sure if this is some corrupted homage to Catcher in the Rye, but it's only mildly charming for the first minute and serves no larger purpose in the film. Speaking of the Jews, I know Woody Allen is very Jewish and damn proud of it, but this is not a Jewish film. I cannot for the life of me see how in any way this speaks to the Jewish culture. Stop with all your, "You're a Jew, no you're a Jew, no you're a Jew, no we're all Jews, Jew, Jew, Jew!" crap. I don't care. Tell me something about the damn Jews. When you get right down to it, this film offers very little to its audience. Not even the sentimental charm that pervades most Woody Allen films is present here. I'm tempted to say that Woody Allen has given up, that he simply can't be bothered to try crafting an interesting film-going experience. But the reality is that, as happens to many great directors, Woody Allen appears to be echoing himself, echoing the great director he used to be. Is that the worst thing that could happen? No. And if Cafe Society was entertaining, I could write it off as a harmless footnote in the man's legendary career. But as it stands, Cafe Society is a soulless husk of a film, one that would have been better off being scrapped entirely. This is Jonathan for Pomegranate Radio, saying thank you for watching. You've been beautiful. Have a good night.